As the southern states began to secede from the Union, Missouri found itself right on the border between the free and slave states. So when Civil War broke out, it declared itself an armed neutral and would not supply men or materials to either side. Claiborne Jackson, Missouri's governor, however, was in favor of secession and planned to slowly persuade the state to leave the Union. He began this plan by claiming he was the head of the state military and forming Camp Jackson by ordering the state militia to drill just outside of St. Louis, hoping to seize the city's large arsenal of 38,000 guns. The Union captain, Nathaniel Lyon, heard of these plans, surrounded Camp Jackson and forced the militia to surrender. He then led the defeated men through the streets of St. Louis towards the arsenal, angering many of the citizens. Many of them began throwing stones at the Union soldiers, whom, upon the confusion, opened fire, killing many civilians. Jackson reacted to this massacre by passing his military bill and forming the Missouri State Guard, led by General Sterling Price. By doing this, Jackson proclaimed that Missouri was an independent state, and the State Guard would be used to defend itself against the Federal Army.
I told him I wasn't going to call until come back from town. And I meant
On July 12, 1861, Jackson met with Lyon, now a general, at one last attempt at peace. Jackson promised that he would not go through with his military bill if the Federal troops were removed from the state and never to enter it again. Lyon replied that he'd rather see all the men, children, and women of the state dead and buried before he allowed the state to govern itself. The meeting ended with Lyon declaring that this means war.
The two armies collided here on August 10, 1861, at Wilson's Creek, just 10 miles outside of the city of Springfield, in the battle that was soon to be called the Bull Run of the West. Lyon's Army of the West, about 6,000 men strong, encamped in the city of Springfield in early July. Price's Missouri State Guard was soon encamped at the banks of Wilson's Creek thereafter. Lyon, realizing that he was outnumbered 2-1, knew he needed to withdraw to gather reinforcements. He planned a surprise attack on the Missouri State Guard to delay any pursuit of his retreating troops. Near 5 a.m. on August 10, 1861, the Union force attacked. Lyon, leading 4,800 men, struck from the north, while Colonel Sigel attacked from the south with 1,200 men. After slight resistance from the Missouri State Guard cavalry, Lyon was able to take position there, on a high crest ridge that now is known as Bloody Hill. When Sigel heard the sounds of battle, his forces advanced and attacked the troops camped further south. The Missourians retreated. Sigel was able to reposition his troops here to block Wire Road. The 3rd Louisiana Regiment took position in lower ground where Sigel could not see him and launched a counterattack that eventually led to Sigel's retreat. The defeat of Sigel's brigade was a critical turning point in the Battle of Wilson's Creek that changed the battle's ending in the Southerners' favor. Back at the main part of the battle, the Missouri State Guard had made 2 failed attempts to break through the Union line stationed here atop of Bloody Hill, and now were regrouping near the base of the ridge. General Lyon was mortally wounded during the second attempt, making him the first Union general to be killed in action during the Civil War. The Union command now fell to Major Samuel Sturgis. General Price, with new reinforcements, made a 3rd attack on the hill, nearly breaking through the Union line. When the Southerners once again fell back to regroup, Sturgis, men exhausted and unable to hear from Sigel, decided to retreat rather than face a 4th attack.
Price, with low arms and high number of losses, decided not to pursue the retreating Union. The Southerners did get victory here at Wilson's Creek, however at a great price, for the casualty numbers were high, over 1,200 on each side.
The battle between General Price and General Lyon's armies marked the start of Price's short invasion into Missouri. Although he captured many of the important cities, he did not win the full support of the Missourians. His men's only interest was in protecting their home, so when they found out that they may be sent to other states to fight, they left him and joined Quantrill's raiders or other bushwhacker and guerrilla bands. When the Feds sent reinforcements into Missouri in late 1861, Governor Jackson and General Price were soon chased out of the state. After a year of struggling, Missouri stayed in the Union, and Price did not reattempt to control it until the fall of 1864. Roland Gamble was selected to replace Jackson as Missouri's governor, while the ex-governor made a Missouri government in Arkansas that was only acknowledged by the Confederacy.